Good morning, everybody. Good morning, tribe. What a sunny day today. What beautiful moon last night. I think it's full tonight, or was it yesterday? I'm not sure. Full tonight, I think. So I hope everyone has a cloud-free view of that beautiful, beautiful face of the moon. Because as you could hear, Poppy and I had a howl last night. So who knows what we might get up to tonight. And pizza back a bit earlier today, so hopefully, you never know, we might get the drums out or do something to celebrate the moon, the September moon. I hope everyone's doing okay. I've got my tapes back on because I'm still not. My tendons and ligaments aren't completely well yet, so they aren't completely repaired. So I have to make sure I look after them so I don't get sore or weak in my arms. So couldn't be doing with weak arms. I need them. I've got my moon today for the full moon. I hope everybody's doing okay. What a sunny day today. I'm hoping Poppy's going to practice a violin in a little bit, and then hopefully we're going to get out blackberry picking. I'm really excited. I love going blackberry picking with Poppy, and there's a beautiful place up the road from us, so maybe we'll show you. I'm not promising, but maybe we will. And I also, because I've got some lovely courgettes or courgettes though, I'm going to make some courgette cake today. I've also got a recipe for a parsnip and maple cake, so I've got some extra parsnips, so I'm going to do that as well today. But I thought I'd zip on here quickly and say hello, see how everybody is. I hope everybody is well, and looking forward to the full moon. I hope it's as dazzling. Well, I know it will be as it was last night. That was incredible. Now I'm feeling that. I have to say I'm feeling quite good today. I'm kind of Poppy's sort of getting ready because she's due to go back to school on Monday, and I know that she's really looking forward to seeing her friends, but there's part of me that's kind of, I'm going to miss her being around all the time, because we get to do loads of different things, where obviously when she goes back to school that'll change again. So there's part of me that's like, I am going to miss him. I'm going to miss being able to do just spur of the moment things with Poppy. But we'll see how it all goes. We're all going to be safe, and it's a small village school, so and I know that they love their children and they are going to keep them as safe as possible, but can't help but be a little concerned. Otherwise we have to start preparing for home education, I think. But I know that she misses her friends, so for me that's the most important thing, is for her to see the people that she cares about, and because this is her last year at primary school before she goes on to high school. So, and I know she's thinking about that already, so so we're just going to do that and make the most of it, and make the most of her last 17 days of being 10 before she hits 11. I can't believe it. Where's the time gone? With much laughter and learning, I would say. She's an inspiration to keeping connected, being very instinctive. Walking, she always says to me, I say, well, you're going to be careful of your feet. I walk barefoot most everywhere, but as you know from the past, I do end up getting my feet get battered, unfortunately, or they get stung or something like that. So I ask her to watch where she's walking, and she's good morning, Anastasia. I have to watch where I said, watch where you're walking. She says, it's okay, mummy, I'm just connecting with mother, I'm connecting with the earth, I'm feeling the earth beneath my feet, I'm feeling that love beneath my feet. And that's something that she's always done. incredibly intuitive, and it makes you, sometimes if you get stuck with the shrapnel of life and you get stuck up in here, or you're on that way up here, you know, she's very much a grounder or a teacher in the fact of letting that go. I have to remind her, because she is a very sensitive soul, and she's a thinker, that she needs to let that go, because she'll think and think and think if something doesn't feel right to her, or maybe her actions maybe weren't the best for whatever reason, because she was not in a great space herself. She needs to, you know, be reminded that that's just a moment and that's not her. And you know, I love her I love her whatever she does, but because she recognises it, I say, you recognise it, okay, but then you need to let go of it, because then you've learned. You need to let go. You won't do it again, will you? And she was like, no, that's true. I said, so don't carry that weight around with you. It's really important. What's this? Yeah, she is. I mean, I'm biased. She is great. She's stubborn, and she's clever, and she's funny, and she's creative, and I hope that we continue to nourish her in that right way, that she gets all the lessons that she needs from us, so when she steps out on her own, whenever that may be in the future, we've got quite a few years before that happens, that that we've given her all the tools she needs. And I'm sure you know, I have to trust in spirit that we will, and she will be well equipped with the tools that she needs to continue her on her path, and you know, and seek out the lighthouses and inspirations in her lives and lessons, and does whatever she needs to do in her life journey. Just blessed that she's part of our life. She's a gift. We're all gifts to each other, though, aren't we? We're all teachers and students. We're all givers and receivers. We can all be lighthouses with our actions of being our impeccable selves, and that's the key, isn't it? It's giving yourself. If people see that you give yourself a break as well, be kind to yourself. And that, as I say, it doesn't mean just doing nothing, but being gentle with yourself. You know, we're all on a learning process, and you can't know what you don't know until you know it. So you can't beat yourself up for not knowing it before. It's almost like you're given that knowledge when you're ready for it, when you're ready to really accept it. And that's kind of a tough lesson to learn, because you think, oh God, if I'd known that. Well, hindsight's an exact science, you know. If I'd known that, well, yeah, but if we'd all known things, we wouldn't be on our life journey, would we? We wouldn't be undoing all the stuff that we need to undo to become that spirit manifest, to learn our lessons on this journey, to walk lightly on the earth, to love, to laugh, to cry, to do all of that, to connect to that heart and become part of that heartbeat, that part of that rhythm of life. And that's, you know, that's what it's really all about. You know, inspiring. If somebody's having a bad day, a smile. You don't have to ask them. You know, it's not about you fixing other people. It's about you working on yourself and going within. But when you do that, you inspire others. That smile when you're walking down the road, somebody connects with you and eye contact, and you smile at them. They might be having a terrible day, and that smile lifts them. That smile gives them an opportunity to take an extra breath for themselves, be kinder to themselves, and then maybe they'll notice you know, a butterfly, or I've just seen a little, you know, the dandelion fairies, we've just seen one of those fly away, noticing something beautiful that soothes their soul. And all you've done is be mindful of the fact you're looking after yourself. You are being your you know, you're giving yourself integrity by just being yourself. Connecting with that person doesn't mean, you know, it's like when somebody says, oh, I want healing. Check that if they want it for themselves, that's fair enough, but why do they need, you know, it's encourage them to find that healing within themselves as well. Yes, we all need additional support, and you ask for it, and people will give it to you when you need it. What's a big word? It's a big word. I'm not sure what that means. I've got lovely sunflowers and pussycats. But yeah, it's for just reminding of our connection to everything, to the plants, to the air, to to the standing people, to when if you get an opportunity, if you're in the UK or not, if you get a chance to fly over, one of the most I've got a lot of amazing significant moments. Going to Kerkerane for the first time was a significant moment for me. Meeting Lynn and meeting Bruce and meeting Pete and meeting Lee and Jill and Lisa and Matt and goodness, so many other people I think about now, but meeting all these people. And then I think it was the second or third time I went, I birthed my first drum, and that was a massively important time for me, because the whole weekend is done in ceremony, and discerning which is the hoop that you're going to use, and then taking a moment to listen to the hides that are soaking, to see which one is calling to you, and working with that energy, and honouring the animal, and creating a voice that is within this drum, this voice. Mine was a horse, my first drum, my only drum I have made. No, I've made another drum, small one, very small one, but working and honouring. And I remember I was with this lady who I'd only met on that weekend, and at the end of the weekend we stood around this beautiful fire pit that's at Kerkerane, which is a sacred fire pit, and that's where the rocks get heated when they do sweat lodge there, and also it's a very sacred space, and it's done with love and honour there. And we were standing there in circle, and I remember this lady who was standing next to me. It's the first time she'd been there, and we'd sort of gravitated to each other over the weekend. She was a lovely lady, and she said to me quietly as we were standing there, and Lynn was saying, well, we're going to bless these drums, we're going to honour them, we're going to they were drying, or they were dried, I can't remember, and we were going to bless them with the ash from the fire pit, and this lady said to me, oh my God, what if I don't do it the right way? And I'm sure Lynn has had people say that to her before. It's one of those things that is said, somebody maybe just awakening to the path that they're on. And she said, and it wasn't to her, it was addressing to the group, was actually, there is no wrong way. There is no wrong way of doing this. If your intention is honourable and with love, there is no wrong way, because it is about following your heart, isn't it? It's that once you follow your heart, you become that hollow bone. You connect with spirit, the ancestors. You are that hollow bone that brings that message through, and allows you to walk gently on Mother and connect. And that becomes, again, it feels to me, I know I feel like I'm talking round and round, but you become that beacon. And hopefully that inspires others, because you're generating not just a beacon, but the calmness, the love, that resonance, that vibration, gives people the opportunity to understand that they possess that, and all they need to do is trust themselves and be kind to themselves. You do have to work on yourself, and it is about facing things that maybe you haven't wanted to face. And we've all got stuff, and you continue to work on it. It's not something that ever ends, and that's a gift, to recognise that and to walk that. And there's sometimes you don't want to face it. Sometimes you just don't want to. You think, oh, how can I on top of everything else, how can I deal with this right now? for me, when I felt like that, when I start to feel overwhelmed, I'll go out for a walk and I start thinking, you know, I wouldn't be given this if I couldn't cope with it. This is the journey, this is my journey, this is my learning, and I just need to be as open as I can, keep my heart as open as possible, recognise the messages around, recognise the connection around, recognise the connection around, and the love, and what you got there, Poppy?
These are for you.
They're for me? I bet they're not really for me. I think they're probably for you, and that's for Daddy.
And okay, well, this is also for
That's for me.
That's for you.
Lots of things for me, because it's somebody's birthday soon. Plush is going to school, so there's new school uniform too. No, it's not. This won't be for birthday. This is for my car. Do you want to see? For my car. Well, somebody, unfortunately, I don't know who it was, somebody not very nice, threw something on my car and it's peeled away some of the vinyl on that thing. So I've got to go on there. Can you see? You're howling. Howling. You put that on Daddy's desk. No, it's fine. It's fine. We don't mind Poppy popping in, do we? Oh, well, I might have done now, I think. I don't know. Anyway, so that was it, really. I'm kind of waffling on, but it, you know, I am about, like, if anybody, you know, is going through, the door's open, the kettle's on, even out for a virtual chat, you know, because obviously we've got, I realise, my doctor said to me, I'm kind of at risk myself. I'm kind of in the high risk factor because of my diabetes. And obviously we've got Mum who's 80, in her 80s, and Pete who's a children's hospice nurse, and he's a key worker, so he's, you know, so we're obviously keeping ourselves as safe as we possibly can still. I mean, it's still there, the virus is still there, the pandemic is, you know, they're saying all the doors are open, but, you know, let's be realistic. It hasn't just gone, okay, well, they've said, the virus goes, okay, well, they've said, you know, it's over now, the doors are opening. It's not. This is the start of that awakening, and it's just being mindful of that, and finding the right ways to connect, and be there, and also, like, forcing us to return to nature's pace, which we have fought against for generations, and now is the time that a lot of people are waking up to that. This can't continue. But I'm not going to go on about that, because there'll come a time when more words need to be said about that, and right now this is about creating the calm, the time of joy of the harvest. So there's busyness happening in that respect, but also you know, this is when you get your reserves for winter, isn't it? You get your you know, whether you're doing your preserving, or I know Pete's going on about making passata with all the tomatoes that we've got, because we've got an abundance, so we'll be doing some of that. But this is that time, isn't it, of, you know, you see the animals, the bears are coming down from the mountains if you're in bear country, the squirrels are getting ready, and all the other creatures that hibernate and get themselves ready are preparing themselves. This is the time of plenty. This is the time where, you know, it's time to prepare for that time to go in, but celebrate all of the abundance, celebrate the light, celebrate this beautiful sunny day, and when it's rainy, celebrate the nourishing rain that gives the land nourishment when it's very thirsty. And enjoy the bird song, and watching the busyness of life, but at the right pace. You know, we're being forced to slow, and I think that's really, really important to remember. Let's not fight against it. The more we fight against, this is where we've had problems. You know it. If you suddenly have a gut feeling about, oh no, I shouldn't do that, but you think, oh well, I really should. You know, I'm supposed to. And then you realise it all goes wrong because you listen to that instead of following that. Okay, so just remember that. Even when everything's going a bit crazy at the moment, keep your inner peace. you know, you can do that. And I know it's really hard because I'm a very passionate person and I can step right into that and go, "Argh," and be a bit of a warrior woman. But it's how you use that warrior strength, isn't it? And not being goaded into head. I know it's hard. But I hope that having a chat and coming into my garden helps. I know Poppy always says, "Oh, I hope everybody likes it." And I said, "Poppy, you're fab. They love it." So I'm going to leave you now because I've got courgette cake, and then a parsnip and maple cake to make. Maybe I'll pop on to show you a bit later. I want to get on and get them going so everything smells delicious and cinnamony and nutmeggy and mapley. Yum. All right then, oceans and oceans and oceans of love to everybody. Stay here, so we are all connected with that love connection of heart vibration. So you take care, and oceans of love.